Now, I've heard it said that fans today are making better toys than the toy companies, so I figure we compare some Star Wars fan-made toys versus what's coming out from Hasbro. Let's see who's doing the better work. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, and I got a lot of change in my pocket going jing-a-ling-a-lang. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I kind of told you in the teaser, didn't I? We're going to look at custom Star Wars figures made by the fans versus Star Wars Hasbro figures that are coming out or just came out recently. Now, these aren't really going to compare the work of the figures. It's more comparing what fans want. Is Hasbro giving fans what they want? Or is fans giving fans what they want? We'll take a look at that. Now, before we get into that, I got to tell you once again, JunkmanMerch.com, where you can get cool t-shirts like this one, that one, and even this one here. And we have a new one that's more channel related. I haven't really done many shirts that's channel related, but you can get the Junkman Channel is Poppin' t-shirt or hoodie right now at JunkmanMerch.com. And don't forget, you can become a Patreon or YouTube member and get some exclusive content. If I get off my lazy ass, go over there, support the channel. And one more thing, then we'll move on with the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the other channel, that Junkman Live. That's where we do live streams, and I put up clips from those live streams. But I'm going to start putting clips over there that's not just from the live show, but from other people's live shows, like I was on the Poindexter Lounge. So please subscribe to the live channel, that Junkman Live. Description of that and how to be a member and all that's in the description below. And today I'm going to do something a little different before we start this video. I'm going live on Twitter. I'm trying this new feature on Twitter where they get to watch me do this video. Then I'm going to take it and upload it to YouTube. But it's going to be fun. People's going to be able to comment while they watch the video. So I thought that would be a lot of fun. And I think there's a way I can put the comments up on the screen while we do the video. We'll see how that goes. If you don't see the comments, that means I couldn't get them on here, or maybe I'll edit this part out. But let's just look. Let's start with this one right here, a custom figure of, I have to turn over here so I can see it, Vader's Funeral. Comes with a Luke Skywalker kind of retro look. Would be great for the retro line. You got Luke Skywalker in his Jedi uniform that you never really saw a figure of. Sure, you saw a Jedi, it didn't really look like that. Comes with a little stick with fire, a little torch, and he's got Vader over there burning, roasting. That would be, I would love to see a box set of that in the retro line. Sadly, that's made by a fan, not by Hasbro. So, this is what the fan's giving us. Let's see what Hasbro will give us. Oh, a rainbow Stormtrooper. Let me go run to Target every hour, hoping to find me all the different colors of the rainbow figure. Let's check this one out. The Spy. Remember this Spy from A New Hope, or as we called it, Star Wars? I heard he was a spy. As I was a kid, I never knew he was a spy. I just thought he was an alien helping out the Empire. But wouldn't it be cool to get a retro-style figure of this? Now, of course, we've gotten this figure, in the 2000s and everything, but a retro-style figure of this one would be cool. But what is Hasbro going to give us? A Stormtrooper of this guy. I don't know who this guy is, I'll be honest with you. I know it's a clone trooper, so I thought it was one of the clones that was like, supposed to look like Jango Fett or Boba Fett. But no, that's a totally different face. I think that's the bad guy from The Mandalorian that's also on Breaking Bad, the chicken guy. I can't think of his name. I think that's who he is. Why he's dressed up in a clone trooper outfit, I don't know. I haven't really kept up with the Clone Wars. Let's go back over some retro style figures. This ugly guy. Remember this ugly guy from the bar? He doesn't like you. That's what we all called him. I know he's got a name now, but as a kid, he didn't have a name. We just called him the didn't like you guy. Oh, very cool. This would be a cool figure to have. What's Hasbro going to give us? His fans are making stuff like this for us. Oh, they're going to give us this guy. I guess that's an AT-ST driver and his hat comes off. They could at least made it Han Solo because he dressed up like an AT-ST guy. I don't know. That's all I know is it looked like an AT-ST driver. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe fans have been demanding this figure for years. Maybe so. Let's go. This is kind of cool. This is a little different. This is more of a figure based on an actual person. Check this out. From The Empire Strikes Back, you give us a retro Gary Kurtz, as we all know, is a man behind the scenes of Star Wars. That would be very, very cool. And Hasbro could give us some behind-the-scenes guys too. After all, they gave us George Lucas as a Stormtrooper. So, who they're going to give us? If fans are giving us Gary Kurtz, what is Hasbro besides the Lucas giving us? Dave Filoni without his cowboy hat. No, excuse me. Cow person hat. I don't want to get canceled. But here's Dave Filoni in a X-Wing suit that I'm sure they already had the mold laying around. Probably had a Luke Skywalker and they just popped the head off of it, made this head, slapped it on it, saved them about 30 cents. Hasbro's all about making the figure as cheap as they can and then raising the price on it. Here's the Uncle Ben of Star Wars, but he's Uncle Owen. Now that would be a cool retro figure to add to their retro line. That would be very awesome. Now, we've been asking for something like this for a long time, but what's Hasbro giving us? Princess Leia on the 90s green card. That's right, the 90s green card. Do we really need 90s green card figures? I mean, you could pick up the original figures on eBay for like 7 cents. I mean, I can understand bringing back the retro or retro style packaging because you can't really just go on eBay and buy a retro figure unless you're going to spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars depending on the figure and the condition. But a green card Princess Leia, like I said, you can get it for almost for free. Let's check out another one. Now this one looks like Bosk, but it's not. It looks like a Doctor Who character, but it's not. It's a character from the Creature Cantina. It's an astronaut dressed in Bosk's outfit, which I know was from Doctor Who. That would be very cool for the retro line also. But what's Hasbro gonna give us? This guy. Yeah, I don't know if this guy has a name. Looks like just one of those Imperial dudes that sits at the conference table in Star Wars. That's what Star Wars is, so vast of aliens and bounty hunters and heroes and villains, and they give us guys sitting around the table. They pick the most boring characters they can make. Let me guess, they already had this outfit for another figure, so they popped the head off and put a new head on it. How about this one? This looks just like a generic X-Wing fighter. It doesn't look like a Luke, but we can say it's Dak. Maybe it's Dak, or maybe it's Wedge. I think it might be Dak now that I look at it a little bit closer. Either way, give us a Dak, give us a Wedge, or just give us generic rebels in a flight uniform that we can army build with. But what does Hasbro give us? Well, it is a rebel in a uniform, but it's one of those blink or you'll miss it guys. I'm sure fans have been begging for that one. How about a figure from a deleted scene? Fat Jabba. Now I know what you think. You say, Junkman, he wasn't actually going to be in the movie. They were going to take him out and put a creature instead. I kind of debunked that myth already. I know that's what Lucas has been saying for 40 years, but check out my video on that. I'll probably link to it at the end of this video in one of them squares. But remember this humanoid Jabba the Hutt? Han actually calls him a humanoid. That's because the scene was going to stay as it was. They wasn't going to superpose an alien over it. But anyway, fans are like, that's cool, that's different, we want that. What does Hasbro say when we ask for what we want? They give us this guy. Now, this guy's probably an important character. I know it's Jyn Erso's dad from Rogue One. I get he's an important character and everything, but he's boring. He looks boring as hell. Sorry. Even if you put him up on display, he's gonna be boring. But as he's a key character to events, I get it. But he should have came out with the original Rogue One figures. Too little, too late. Sorry, Hasbro, you missed the window. What about this custom Boba Fett, or I guess a Mandalorian? It's not really Boba Fett himself. This is pretty cool. I like the little stand for it. That would look awesome back here in the junk room. Having flying, that would look really cool. And they've done something that look kind of similar to this. So let's see what Hasbro's going to give us, because fans giving us this. That's pretty darn cool. I think I would pick this one over the fan one any day. I like this figure. Although it's probably going to be impossible to find it at the stores. Even if you want the 3.75 one or the 6-inch one. Good luck finding it at a store. Now don't worry, you might get lucky and order it online and it will come in a box that looks like somebody stepped on it. Let's look at a 3-pack we could do. Look at this one that fans are making. You got a Ghost Obi-Wan, a Ghost Anakin Skywalker, a Ghost Yoda, and Luke Skywalker in some kind of new Jedi outfit, I guess. That'd be kind of a cool 3-pack. Hey, at least it's not Hayden Christian as the ghost, right? Let's see what Hasbro's going to give us for a 3-pack. Alright, they took something from the 90s, scaled it up, and put it in the box. And I'm sure they're going to charge $50 for it. Remember when the whole thing about box sets were that you got it cheaper than buying each figure themselves? No, that's not the case anymore. Now they put the figures in a box, they're going to charge even more for it. Why? Because it probably has a cardboard backdrop or something. But here they are, reaching into the 90s. Again, you can buy the original on eBay for about 27 cents. What about Darth Vader? Everyone loves Darth Vader. Check this out. A custom-made, removable helmet Darth Vader. As a kid, I'm sure we all wanted this one. We got older, we said, why didn't we have that as a kid? It's probably the top requested, please make this as a retro-style figure next to Tarkin. This would be awesome. I don't know why Hasbro hasn't done this one yet. It would sell out a lot. But I guess that don't really matter when you only ship 1 or 2 cases. Everything sells out a lot. But is Hasbro listening when we say, we want a Darth Vader retro figure with a helmet that comes off? No, they're not listening. But they are listening to all of us that scream for this. Yep, Ewok. Who is this? Tebow. I'm sure everybody's writing and yelling at Hasbro, hey, make a Tebow figure, make a Tebow figure. I'm surprised they haven't found a way to put Tebow into some kind of Imperial uniform just to make him more boring. Let's look at one more. Look at this retro style figure. Now I don't know this alien's name. He's like an elephant guy. He's in Return of the Jedi. But this is pretty cool looking. Why isn't this part of the retro line? Why? Because Hasbro's busy making what fans really want the most. Something like this right here. That's a nice looking card, don't get me wrong. And I like the Death Star droid. But tell me, which one would you rather find walking into a store? This Death Star droid? Or this guy right here in the retro series. But of course, most of these figures we looked at from Hasbro aren't the retro series because they're going to give us 6 a year while they flood the market with boring other figures that we've already had 10 times. Ugh. Anyway, let's put it to a vote. Who's making more of what the fans want? Fans themselves or Hasbro? Now again, I'm not talking about the quality of the figures or how the figures look. I'm talking about the figures we want, the ones we're like, man, why don't they make that? Who's giving us that? Fans or Hasbro? Let me know that in the comments below. Now, if you're watching this on Twitter live, I want to thank you for watching, and I really enjoyed your comments there. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell. I don't really know. They always say hit that bell. Hit it if you want to. I don't really care. Thumb up so they like my content, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.